Hello, my little yarnivores and spiderettes. Fiber Spider back again with another tutorial just for you. And today I have this lovely lacy shawl just for you. This is a variation of a shawl that I did previously. This is a trellis and fan shawl. And I am in love with the self-edging along the sides there. It is exceedingly simple. It is only a 2-row repeat. Yes, you heard me right. 2-row repeat. Oh, yeah. So simplicity is of the essence. Now, as I said, I did do a trellis and fan shawl before. However, this one is a little bit different because this one starts at the tip right down here, whereas the other one started at the top center and it would work its way down in a V formation. This one starts at the bottom, so it goes in rows, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So, keeping that in mind, if you have a color change yarn, whether it's a slow gradient or if it is, say, Caron cakes, that sort of thing, the striping would go in a horizontal fashion as opposed to a V shape. So, something to keep in mind. Also, you can make this as big or as small as you want to. Now, also, one more thing to keep in mind is that the length of it, the arm span of it, grows faster than the height. So you're going to essentially need to make it longer than you normally would in order to get the length that you may want. So keep that in mind. Now for this piece, I was given this yarn by a friend of mine, Russ. Thank you very much, Russ. This is Bernat Super Value in the colorway of Gray Rag. And this is a lovely sort of tweed between the gray and the white. Absolutely love it. A lot of yardage in this skein. And the entire project I did in, I want to say about a skein and a half using this yarn, which is, it is an acrylic, and it is approximately 426 yards. Now, of course, you know, things do vary as far as hook size, tension, gauge, all that fun stuff, you know, all the little semantics. Now, I also did use a size I crochet hook, 5.5 millimeter. You can, of course, use whatever yarn and whatever hook size works for you. I just like to let you know what I used so that, you know, if you want to duplicate the results, you can. However, like I said, I think that the colorway, from what I've been informed, is no longer made. However, you know, you can use whatever you like, okay? So, another thing is that, like I said, this is something that I was sort of tweaking around with. I came up with it. Now, if there is a pre-existing pattern that is similar, okay, not necessarily a plan or anything like that. This is just something that I personally came up with. I don't have a written pattern, but it's only a 2-row repeat, so you guys can do it. I know you can. So without further ado, let's do it to it. Alrighty, so again, I've got my eye hook and I've got some worsted weight yarn. This is some Red Heart Super Saver that I had laying about. And so, of course, we're going to start with our obligatory slip knot, as always, and a chaining up of 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And that first chain is going to act as our magic ring. Now, you can use an actual magic ring if you so choose, but this is my preferred method. Use it if you wish, alter it if you don't. So the first chain is going to act as our ring, and then the chain 3 acts as our first double crochet. So into that first chain, we're going to do some more double crochets to make some clusters, all right? So do another double crochet for our first little itty bitty side cluster, then chain 1, 2 more double crochets into that same chain. So we've got 2 little clusters. Chain 1 again. 2 more doubles. Chain 1 again, and 2 more doubles. So you're going to end up with 4 little clusters. And the other reason why I like using the chain method is you can just cinch it up nice and tight and then sew in your end with no real problem. So that is row 1, really, really easy. And then the next 2 rows are really going to be pretty much the repeat. You know, it's that simple. All right, so we shall press on. Alrighty, row 2, we're going to turn the work, and into this first double crochet, we're going to slip stitch. And this is what creates our edging. Into the next double crochet, another slip stitch. And then into that chain 1 space, another slip stitch. Okay. Now we need to create another pair of our little clusters. Okay. So chain up 3, 1, 2, 3. Another double crochet into that same chain 1 space. Chain 1. 2 more double crochets into the same chain 1 space. There we go. And so now we're going to start the trellis aspect of the pattern. So we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, single crochet into the next chain 1 space, chain 4 again, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we need another cluster like we had in the beginning into this chain 1 space. So that's 2 double crochets, chain 1, and 2 double crochets. There we go. And that is the end of the second row. Okie dokie. Alrighty, row 3. I'm going to turn the work. And again, we're doing our slip stitches into the first double crochet, the second double crochet, and the chain space. All slip stitches, keeps it nice and tidy. Okay, then we need our pairing of clusters, so chain up 3. And we're going to do this at the beginning of every row, regardless of whether it's a row 2 or a row 3. All right, so after chaining up 3, another double crochet into that same space, chain 1, and then 2 more double crochets into that same space. Okay. All right, now chain 4, always a chain 4, keeps it nice and simple. So chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, single crochet into this chain 4 space, like so. And on this row, we're going to start doing our fans. It keeps alternating between trellis rows and fan rows. So in this one, after doing your chain 4 and your single crochet, into this single crochet, right down in here, this valley, 3 double crochets. So that's 1 and 2 and 1 more, 4, 3. Okay. Then into the next chain 4 space, a single crochet. Okay. To finish this up, we chain 4, and do our cluster pair into this chain 1 space. So that is, of course, 2 double crochets, chain 1, and 2 double crochets. All right. So your piece should look something like this. Alrighty. All right, for the next row, we turn the work and we do our slip stitches into the first double crochet, the second double crochet, and the chain 1 space. Then we need our new cluster, so that's chaining up a 3, double crochet into the same space, chain 1, and 2 more double crochets, all into that chain 1 space. Okay, now we did our fan on the last row. So on this row, we have trellis. So chain 4. Okay, and into the chain 4 space, single crochet, chain 4 again. Now into the middle, the center of the 3 double crochets. Now sometimes it helps if you turn your work, you can see them better. Also, be aware that, right here is a single crochet, and right here's a single crochet, and then we have a double, and we're going to that middle one right there, okay, with a single crochet. So it's smack dab right in the middle, okay? So continue on by chaining 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Single crochet into the next chain 4 space, chain 4 again, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we need another set of clusters into the corner right here, into this chain 1 space. So that's 2 doubles, chain 1, and 2 doubles. And there you go. So the next row is going to be another fan row, okay? And we will get right to it, okay? All right, so for the next row, we, of course, turn the work, do our slip stitches in the first double, the second double, and the chain stitch space right there. Do another slip stitch. So we got our 3 slip stitches. Chain up 3, 1, 2, and 3. Another double crochet, a chain 1, and 2 more double crochets. Do not wish to be redundant, but that's the beginning of every row. All right, so like I said, the last row was a trellis row. So this row is a fan row. So I'm going to start by chaining 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, regardless of whether it's a fan row or a trellis row, you always start with a cluster and a chaining of 4. I wanted to make this very simple and straightforward as far as a pattern goes. So after chaining 4, single crochet into the chain 4 space, and then into this single crochet, we do another fan. So that's 3 doubles into that single crochet. Okay. Single crochet into the next chain 4 space, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, going into the next chain 4 space with a single crochet, and into the next single crochet, another fan, so that's 3 doubles. Okay, Next, chain 4 space, another single crochet, chain 4, and at the very end, yes, we have to do our clusters again. So that's 2 doubles, chain 1, and 2 doubles. Now, what you could conceivably do, I'm not trying to be confusing, but I'm trying to be thorough. What you could conceivably do is instead of spacing out your fans, see, like what I did here was the single crochet and then the 3 doubles, single crochet, and then the trellis here. You could quite conceivably do a single crochet, then 3 more double crochets into that single crochet here like we just did, and you could have basically a solid mass of shells. However, seeing as how right now it's August, and it's really not quite necessary to have a really heavy piece, this I find is really light, and it's obviously lacy, and I think it's rather cute. So you can, of course, make alterations, but I like the staggered look of the shells, quite frankly. So let's get on with our next row, which is going to be another trellis row. Okie dokie. Alrighty, so of course we turn our work and do our slip stitches into the first, the second, there we go, and into the chain 1 space. Got our slip stitches right there. And we do our cluster, so that's chaining up a 3, double crochet. I was about to say single. No, it's a double crochet, a chain 1, and 2 more double crochets. There we are. Chain 4. Okay. And we did our fans on the last row, so this row is a trellis row. So into the chain 4 space, single crochet, chain 4, single crochet into the middle double crochet right there. So single crochet, chain 4, single crochet into the next chain 4 space, chain 4, single crochet into the middle of the fan, so that's the second double crochet of the fan, chain 4, and single crochet into the next and last chain 4 space. And then we need to get to our cluster, so chain 4, and 2 double crochets, chain 1, and 2 more double crochets. Okay, and so you can see that the piece really is coming along, and the shells stagger along rather nicely. I'm digging it, I don't know about you, but I'm digging it. Now also you can see how the piece is growing out to be wider than it is tall, okay? So keep that in mind as far as the dimensions that you're going for with the piece, okay? This is one of those where, when it gets to be full-sized, you can actually use these points, over your shoulders, and you could even go so far as to, wrap them around themselves, sort of tie them in a knot, so to speak. Not literally, but you know what I mean. You can tie them in the front so that, the length of these actually has some advantage to it. Or you can have this part in front and then wrap the tails around the back of your neck and down into the front. It's versatile, it's a lot of fun. Okay, so because I love you guys so much and I want to keep going, let's do some more rows. Okay. Alrighty, so of course we turn the work, we do our slip stitches, and the reason why I didn't use my little clicker is because after you do the initial foundation down here, really it's just the 2-row repeat. So I did my 2 slip stitches, slip stitch into the chain 1 space, chain up 3, double crochet into that same space, chain 1, 2 more double crochets. And I'm going to go a little bit faster here because, this is really all the same. From here on in, it's all the same. And me, personally, I think it looks nicer if when you end your piece, when you're ready to end, you end it on a shell row, or a fan row, excuse me, as opposed to a trellis row. That's just my personal opinion, okay? So after doing your clusters, chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, single crochet into the chain 4 space, and we need our fans. So that's 3 doubles into the single crochet for our fan. And then a single crochet into the next chain 4 space, chain 4, single crochet into the next chain 4 space, 3 double crochets into the next single, quite frankly, I love the simplicity of this because it's one of those projects that looks more difficult than it is, and you can pay attention to other things. You can have deep, enjoyable, meditative thoughts and get something rather beautiful out of the deal. All right. Or you can watch TV like I do. Well, Netflix, YouTube, that sort of thing. All right, so I got my 3 doubles. Quite frankly, I don't actually watch any quote-unquote normal television these days. All right, so 3 doubles, single crochet into that chain 4 space, chain 4, and last but not least, we need our clusters at the end. So that's 2 doubles, chain 1, and 2 more doubles. All right, and that's the end of that fan row. Now also, it would probably help if you were to block this piece. I personally, I don't block my pieces. That might be frowned upon, but I like the natural look. So that's the end of the fan row. Okay, we're going to keep on keeping on. Okie dokie. Alrighty, so for this next row, we do our slip stitches into the first, the second, and the chain space. Chain up 3, double crochet into the same space, chain 1, 2 more doubles, okay, chain 4, single crochet into the chain 4 space. Now we did our fan, so we need to make this a trellis row. So chain 4, single crochet into the center double crochet of the fan, chain 4, single crochet into the next chain 4 space, chain 4, single crochet into the second double crochet of the fan below, chain 4, single crochet into the chain 4 space, There we go. Chain 4, single crochet into the center of the fan below. Just gotta pull out some more yarn. There we go. Chain 4, and single crochet into the last chain 4 space, and then chain 4 one more time, and create our clusters at the end here with 2 doubles, chain 1, and 2 doubles. All right, I'm going to do one more for you guys right after this. Alrighty. Alrighty, last but not least, we are going to turn the work, do our slip stitches into the first double, the second double, and the chain 1 space. Okay, chain up 3, 1, 2, and 3. Another double crochet, chain 1, and 2 more double crochets. There we go. Then chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Single crochet into the chain 4 space. All right, now we had our trellis on the previous row, so this will be a fan row, which could be your finishing row. So then into the single crochet, 3 double crochets, okay, single crochet into the next chain 4 space, chain 4, single crochet into the next chain 4 space, 3 double crochets into the single crochet, there we go, single crochet into the next chain 4 space, chain 4, single crochet into the next chain 4 space, 3 doubles into the next single crochet, single crochet into the next chain 4 space, chain 4, single crochet into the next space, 3 double crochets into the next single crochet, single crochet into the next space, and last but not least, chain 4, and clusters at the end, so that's 2 double crochets, chain 1, and 2 double crochets. Oh, I didn't catch my ply there. There we go. All right. And there you have it. Alrighty. All right, so there you go. We have ourselves a really simple, lacy, lovely, easy to follow pattern. At least I would like to think so. And I really hope that you enjoyed it very, very much. And, I hope you give it a try too, because it's one of those patterns where, you can just go and stitch right along, and it looks just as nice from the back as it does the front. And I really hope that you like it. And if you do, please give me a little thumbs up button down below, because I really do appreciate your support. You know I do. Also, if you have any comments, I would love to hear from you guys, most definitely. And if you want to see more videos, please hit subscribe, because I always try to post as often as I can, whether it be crocheting, knitting, audiobook narration, or on my other channel, Fiber Spider Games, video game playthrough and commentary. It's a lot of fun. So until next time, I want all of you to stay inspired, stay caffeinated, and above all, stay stitching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.